Infrared Heating Ireland here. Today's video, I want to show you the panel up close. What does it look like? Let me just tweak that. What does it look like? Why install it? Okay. So what you can hear in the back there is actually the bracket. You hear it? It's a metal bracket, so it actually comes included. So the panel itself is quite slim. It's 20mm. You can see the bracket here, which allows the shadow gap. But just let's look at how slim the heater is. It's 20mm thick, it's matte in colour, and it's frameless. What does that mean? When you install the heater, you come into that space, you look up, it is as good as it can be to blend into the ceiling. Because it's matte in colour, we can change the colour also, but the panel is a matte white finish with no frame. It's 20mm thick, and then you can see from the side here, you have a slight little bracket on the side, on the back of the heater. Which creates a shadow gap once the panel is installed. There's two reasons we do that. The first is if we sit it directly to the ceiling, that if the ceiling is any way off level, it will emphasize that. Whereas if you have a little shadow gap, you don't see that. The other thing as well is that because there is a small bit of heat coming off the panel, the air movement at the back of the panel pushes that heat down into the room. So let's look at the panel inside itself. All infrared panels look white and frameless. Obviously, some are shiny, some are not shiny. Some you can see little, where it was joined here. Some panels you can see little screw holes. I suppose because we're doing a lot more domestic installations, the customer gives us this feedback and they love this product because it's matte and frameless. So inside the heater, you know, we work directly with the factory, so when we call to them and view the product in the factory, we can see how it's made. Okay, so the first thing we look at is the finish on it. This is a powder coated finish that comes with a RAL color. We can change the RAL color to any color you want depending on your deco or interior designer. So this is powder coated. When it's being sprayed in the factory, they don't use any masks because it's a chemical free product. The stainless steel is, all this is done in the one factory. The stainless steel is Italian. The backside of the heater then is completely sealed, so it's IP rated. The insulation at the back of the heater, so you have your heating element at the front, you have insulation which makes up 17 millimeters of this is insulation. So because the front surface of the heater will get to around 75 degrees, we'll talk about that in a minute, the back side of the heater will get to around 15 degrees. So that insulation within the heater pushes all the heat out the front of the panel. Why do we use this insulation? Well, as I've said, it pushes out all the heat to the front of the panel. The insulation that's used inside is a natural material, so it's sheep's wool. Okay, so that's chemical free as well. And as we talk to people, more and more people are interested how the panel is made and why you should choose our panel over other panels on the market. And there is a lot of different options. But one thing I will say to you, our panel comes with a 15-year guarantee. So 15-year guarantee can be extended to 20. Why can we offer this? Because we use quality materials that we know that will last without any issue. Okay, so how is the panel really installed? Well, you have a wire coming out the back of the heater, okay, and this is wired into a cable which is brought either through the wall or through the ceiling. So when you come into the room, you don't see any wires. You have a nice panel on the ceiling and your control panel on the wall. So it looks very, very neat and tidy. So the bracket is first fitted to the ceiling, which comes in the box as well, this bracket here. So our install team, or if you have your own electrician that you want to use, will first install the bracket. They'll mark it on the ceiling or on the wall, put on the bracket, and then sit in the heater. Now, other concerns people have is the panel heavy? The panel varies, like this panel is around 5 kgs, they go up to 10 plus kgs, but with the fixings we use, there's no safety issue there or any concerns. Where we can, we will find a timber joist in the ceiling and fit it to that. So without a doubt, there's no issues there. What other questions do people ask? Well, actually, how quickly does it take for the panel to heat? Well, within 1 minute, the panel will reach surface temperature of 75 degrees. So other panels on the market will get to 90 degrees. But that is putting extra pressure on the heating element inside. Our panels get to 75 degrees, and that extends the lifespan of the heater, and that also allows us to give the 15 and 20 year lifespan. So you can leave your heater hand on this after a minute. It is hot to touch, okay? And then the panel will radiate into the room. So it radiates onto surfaces, and those surfaces absorb the heat. Okay, so the infrared panel initially doesn't heat the air, never will. So you will feel that heat from the panel being 2 degrees warmer than the actual room temperature. And then the walls will absorb the heat, the floors. And then those surfaces will reflect the heat back to the room, and that's what will increase the room temperature. Another question people ask is, if they have a stove in the room, some of our clients have a timber stove, a gas stove, whatever it is, how will it work with the infrared? Well, your stove will just heat the room quicker because it's supplementing the heat from the panel. So therefore, the room will heat quicker. So it can be used in conjunction with that. So another video will talk about our controller, but today I just wanted to show you up close the panel and how cool it looks, how nice it looks. So for more information, check out our other videos. Share our videos if you would, please, because a lot of people we deal with haven't come across infrared before. But we believe that this is the heating system of the future. Thanks for watching.